Hey, what's up everybody? In today's video, I'd like to talk about Panini's pack drops. I'd like to talk about ways that we can possibly improve it. I'm going to give my suggestions in hopes that Panini is listening, and also would love for you to chime in to see what you agree with or maybe some other suggestions that you have. So let's get into my suggestions on how to improve Panini's pack drops right now. So what brought this video on is thinking about the upcoming UFC Color Blast Challenge. Now I know that these packs are going to sell out in like a minute or less, and I don't want to miss out on them. And it just got me thinking, it's like, you know, when I think about how these pack drops are going, you know, some of them sit for days and weeks and others sell out in a minute. It's like, you know, some people are getting 20 packs and others are getting none. I think that there's some ways that we can improve the system. And so I want to give my suggestions on how to make improvements, and then I'd love you guys to chime in on if you agree with them or if you have additional you know, suggestions on how to improve the system so we can have, you know, the best product that's out there, and there'll be a less frustrating, you know, experience for those who want to get in on these drops. Now the first suggestion is a queue system, and I'm not going to belabor this point because this is actually already on Panini's roadmap, so this is something they agree with that they're going to be doing, but I just want to make sure you understand the importance of it. So right now, if you want to go in and get in on one of these hot drops, like the insert card packs, you have to just fast and furious click over and over and over and over again, and what it's doing is it's rewarding those people who have a faster click speed and a faster internet connection rather than a fair random process for all. And so a queue system, you know, is definitely something that is very important, and I can't wait until they implement that. Now the second suggestion is to reduce the amount of packs that a person can buy, or at least the amount of packs you can get per transaction. Currently across the board you're allowed 10 packs per transaction, and as soon as you get those you can go in and immediately purchase another 10 packs if they have not sold out. Now I understand it's difficult to just make this change across the board because there is such a discrepancy between the various types of card packs. So for example, when people are doing this towards the insert packs, which usually sell out in a few minutes, it seems very unfair that some people are getting like 20 packs and other people are getting none. But at the same time, if you just limit it to a couple packs, that doesn't work well for the parallels, which sometimes sit there for days or even weeks. And so I understand the difficulty that Panini is faced with, but there still are some ways that we can change it. Now my top recommendation that they could apply across the board is to reduce the amount of packs per transaction and implement a cooldown in between purchases. So currently if somebody goes and they click 10 packs, the next second they can go ahead and buy another 10 packs. It really doesn't make the process fair because still somebody can walk away with 20 and somebody with none. But if after you had a successful transaction, there was a cooldown period where you had to wait, maybe it's like 5 minutes or something like that. I don't know the exact timing, that could be something that Panini researches, but a cooldown period where you allow other people to hop in and get their packs before you can go back and get some more. I think that would be the best solution. It would be a minor upgrade if they move the 10 pack limit to maybe like 5 or 3, but still you're having the same problem because it's only a couple second delay. I mean, as soon as you click buy, you know, you just click the done button and then you can go right back and buy again. And so it really is still rewarding people who are very quick and they can still get lots of packs. So I still think we need the cooldown system. Now another thing that they could do is they could have a different standard for both the parallel and the insert. For the inserts, they could actually say we have this limit per account, and so maybe you can only buy 5 packs per account, and therefore maybe if they sit for a little longer, hey, that's okay. We would love more collectors to get packs, because more collectors, you might say, well hey now, I mean I want more than 5 packs. Yeah, I understand, but there's actually a benefit to you not getting the most amount of packs and spreading them out to other people. Because if you get a bunch of packs, hey, that's great, you've got a nice collection, but that hasn't built a community. There's now not a lot of other people participating. A lot of people make decisions on if they will become a collector and a community member based on if they get packs or not. If they get pushed out of the pack drop and they tried and they couldn't get it, they move on and they don't go to the secondary market and become an active collector. But when they buy packs and they get them and they open them, they may go for, to try to buy some extras to finish the challenge and kind of get hooked on the process. It's an entrance into the community. So therefore we want more people to be able to buy packs rather than fewer people to get a lot of packs. So my top recommendation is 5 packs per transaction with a cooldown in between, but regardless, there has to be some change because 10 packs per transaction is just, they're selling out way too quick, especially for the inserts. Now my third recommendation is to alter the pack pricing. So currently there is a wide gap between the parallel packs and the insert card packs. It's almost as if there's two different teams who are doing the pricing and the drops on these because they couldn't be more different. One of them has a consistent price. The insert packs always sell for $15 a pack, with 2 base cards, or $10 a pack if they have no base cards. That has been the same for baseball, for the UFC, for the NBA, wildly consistent. The parallel packs have been all over the place. They have gone from really low to really high. They have not been the same type of pricing. Now, granted, there has been, different ones. So, for example, they'll have an out of 149 parallel, and then they'll have an out of 49 parallel. But even when you take the different out of 49, like you take the UFC tie-dye and you take the baseball green, which are out of 49, even those are very different in the pack value. And so the parallels are wildly inconsistent. The other thing is that the parallels constantly lose money. Whoever buys them, unless you get these big hits, the superstars of the pack, you will often lose a lot of money on the packs. Whereas those who buy the insert packs, almost every single one of them, I'm not even sure if any of them were unprofitable. They're all extremely profitable. Some really, really profitable. And then the other difference between the two is that the parallels often sit for days or even weeks, whereas the insert cards, I don't think there's been any insert card that's ever lasted for more than 15 minutes. They usually sell for 5 minutes or less, and lately about a minute or less. So they're very, very differently, and therefore I think we need to change the pricing of these packs to make them a little bit more fair. We don't want the insert cards selling out in 1 minute, and we don't want the parallels sitting for days. So let's change the pricing so that it's a little bit more fair. Now, fans of Panini are probably not going to like this first recommendation, and that is to raise the price of the insert card packs. So, Jeremy, why are you suggesting that? I mean, do you actually want to pay more? Well, come on, guys, it's supply and demand. If something is selling out in a minute, it means that the price is really, really low. These are consistently big money makers for those who get them. And I'm not trying to turn it into a money loser. I'm just saying it would be good to raise the price up just a little bit so that they don't sell out in a minute. Now, of course, we could keep the same pricing and just change the amount of packs that people get, or we might do a combination of them. I'm not talking about some huge change. I'm just saying, hey, maybe instead of $15, we do $20 or $25. Nothing big, just a little bit of a bump to maybe turn a couple extra people off so that they stick around a little bit more than those who really truly value them the most get them. But I still think, like I said, that we should reduce the amount of packs that people can get per transaction. Now, the other thing we need to do is we need to change the price of the parallel packs. Now, these have been consistently money losers, and that is a problem. That is destroying the morale of the community. When you guys there's a lot of people, maybe this will be, because these are the ones that aren't selling out in a couple minutes, these are the ones that sit around. When people come to Panini for the first time and they want to get in on these card packs and they see, hey, this is the only one that's available, this parallel pack right here. The reason it's sitting is because no one wants them, because they're overpriced and they're money losers, and that will be the first entrance that people get for an experience in Panini. They will buy the pack, then they will open their pack, they will look at their cards, they will look for what it's selling for, and they'll say, wow, I just lost half my money. That is a terrible first customer experience, and it needs to be fixed. Admittedly, I don't know what the right number is, but I would love to see at least 50% of the people, who open these parallel packs being profitable. I think that would be good, that or more. I'm not trying to say that, every single pack needs to be EV plus where they're making a lot of money, but it can't be the opposite. You can't have consistent EV negative packs. We need to make sure that people are having good odds of being profitable when they are taking the gamble on these packs. So I'd love to see a syncing up of whoever's doing the pricing on the parallels and the inserts. I put money on the fact it's not the same person, guys. These are treated too differently to be the same person pricing these. And it seems like, if I'm gonna be honest, it seems like the parallel pack prices were chosen before they ever dropped. So I think that Panini chose the pricing of the packs before they ever dropped their first NFT packs. And I don't think it's been modified in light of the secondary market, and that is what needs to change. They need to look at how the sales are going of these parallels on the secondary market, and they need to modify, the prices moving forward so that people are having a better positive experience when they are pack ripping. Just to hit home this last point, once again, guys, I want you to remember the packs that sit are often what brand new people will buy. That can't be a negative experience. We want them to have a positive first experience so that they become lifelong collectors, not pissed off people who thought that they just lost their money, lost $100 on their very first pack. That will not entice or incentivize them to stick around and continue collecting and go buy on the secondary market. The packs that sit have to be profitable at least 50+% of the time. My next recommendation is to bring back the thrill in pack opening. Currently, whenever you buy a pack, you know exactly what you're gonna get. You're gonna get, if it's an insert pack, you're gonna get one insert from there, and you're going to get 2 base cards, and the only surprise is the player you get and the serial number. And what I would love to see is the very rare opportunity to get the equivalent of a legendary card. And there are people that have done this. I know Topps has done this. Funko does this, where you have like a 1% or less chance to pull like a super rare or a legendary card. And it just makes the thrill of busting open packs even better. So let me give you an example of one thing that I would consider. For example, you have the gold vinyls, which are out of 1 of 1, and then you have the gold packs, which are out of 10. Why not, instead of making the gold vinyl a separate pack, insert them randomly into the gold packs so that, people have like a less than 1% chance to pull a gold vinyl. Now, I know the numbers have to work out, and I understand this is kind of a little bit of a revenue loss for Panini, so therefore there is not the incentive to do that. But you gotta remember, Panini, that creating a good positive customer experience, although you don't see the fruit on the bottom line immediately, it can transform people into lifelong collectors who get excited about pulling their gold vinyl in a gold pack, who create videos on social media, which creates hype and brings in more people who will go ahead and buy more cards. And so it's more of a long-term thing. You create a good customer experience, you get somebody for life, and that will turn into more revenue down the line. So I would love to see a thrill of a low percent, like less than 1% chance to get a super rare or legendary card in our packs and have a little bit of an extra surprise in the pack ripping process. My last recommendation is to reward your loyal collectors in the pack drop experience. And so I think this is really important. I am about fairness and randomness. That's why my first recommendation is a queue system. But I do believe that there should be a difference to how people who are fully in, they're buying the packs, they're spending money in the secondary place, they're not dumping their cards, they're holding on to them, they believe in the ecosystem. Those people should be rewarded. Those people should not miss out on pack drops compared to the person who has never bought a pack, never spent $1 in the marketplace, or has bought cards and has just dumped them all, quick flip, and just is not participating in the community. Those two people should not be treated the exact same on the pack drop experience, especially when they are in high demand. And so my top recommendation for this would be to implement a priority queue system. This is exactly what NBA Top Shot uses, and I think it does it really well. They have something called a collector score, and you gain a higher collector score by purchasing cards or holding on to cards that you got in the pack drops rather than selling them. So you'll get a certain amount of collector points for a common card. You'll get even more for a rare card, even more for a really rare card, and that will all add up to a particular collector score. And then during the pack drop process, they will have a priority queue, which means basically a couple hours before the general queue, those who have a collector score of a certain number are able to buy packs first. And so that rewards the loyal holders so that they are able to get packs, and then everybody else, they still get the chance to get packs, but there's fewer packs available, and it's a full lottery system with the queue. So what I would love to see is some version of a collector score. It doesn't have to be exact same, but you have to find a way to calculate and reward those who are holding cards in their collection, those who are actually got skin in the game, participating in the Panini blockchain ecosystem and community. And so what I would like to see are those who have a particular, let's just call it a collector score, able to join a priority queue beforehand to where they're able to get a few, not a lot, but a few guarantee packs. Maybe they're able to purchase 3 packs in advance and guarantee those, and then the other packs that are unsold will go to the general queue where everybody can join and purchase even more of the packs. And this is a lot like the pre-sale minting process that a lot of NFTs have as well, to where, you know, if you join their Discord and you're commenting and you level up and you show that you're active in the community, you can get in the pre-sale, which happens before the general sale, and able to mint a particular hot NFT or a couple of them before everybody else can. And I think that is a really good idea. And so as a recap, the first suggestion is to implement a queue system. The second and the third is to adjust both the pack limits as well as to change the pack prices so that they don't sell out in 5 minutes, but neither do they sit there all week, to kind of find that sweet spot. The fourth is to give us a low chance thrill of pulling a super rare or a legendary card. And then the fifth is to reward your loyal holders in the pack drop process by a priority queue or something similar. And so guys, those are my suggestions on how to improve the Panini pack drop process. Please do leave a comment and let me know what you want to improve. And also in Panini's Discord, they have a subsection called website suggestions, where you can go in and you can list the items that you think that Panini should change on their website. So you can go ahead and list a few of these or some of your own there as well, which will be read by the Panini team. Okay guys, hopefully this was helpful. Till next time, peace out.